Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Mayor's Weekly Virtual Press Conference. Again, I'm joining you live and I'm being streamed, and it'll be on heavy rotation, I'm sure, in the future with my weekly press conference. And as usual, I've got my weather forecaster online, and Kyle Johansson, if you would go ahead and give everyone who's watching today a brief 7-day forecast, and I'll start for you. It's gorgeous outside. So Kyle, go ahead and take it away.
So tonight is a freeze warning from 1 a.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Tonight, showers early, low 25, chance of rain 60%. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, high 51. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low 34. Friday afternoon rain, chance of rain 9%, high 55. Rainfall near a quarter of an inch. Friday night, rain, all around 36 degrees. Chance of rain 90%. Rainfall around a quarter of an inch. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 54. Saturday night, mostly clear, low 35. Sunday, showers, high 59. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low 40. Monday, partly cloudy, high 62. Monday night, clear skies, low 37. Next Tuesday, mostly sunny, high 64. Next Tuesday night, showers late, low 47. And next Wednesday, showers, high 61. And Wednesday night, showers, low 46.
Okay. Hey, and Kyle, did you wake up this morning at your place with frost on the ground?
Yes, I did.
As did I. That was kind of expected, but interesting to see. And so we don't have any snow in the middle of the night in our forecast. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. You know, there was some early on forecasting that was looking at potential snow, rain snow mix, but it's good to hear that we're not going to get any
Yeah,
snow.
they're north of Columbus now.
Okay. I didn't know that. And you know, hopefully for those of you who are tuned in, Kyle really keeps on top of things, not only with the weather, but he's certainly been following with the Ohio Department of Health's communications and the Athens City County Health Department in terms of the updates when it comes to the COVID-19 and where things are at. So Kyle, can you give us an update on what those numbers are looking like as of today?
So today there are 7,791 cases in the state of Ohio, and 87 of 88 counties, 361 deaths. In the United States total, there is 614,282 cases, 27,085 deaths. And globally, there are over 2 million cases and over 130,000 deaths reported.
Wow. Yeah, and I know that you watch that closely. And again, I've mentioned this before, but Kyle, you work for a company that is doing some great work, aren't you? On
yeah, we're doing our testing. We're still making our coronavirus test kit by work right now still.
Right. And a friend of mine, Ashley Brown, is there working, and she's one of the lead folks working on those test kits. So Kyle, keep up the great work. And thank you as usual for being on this show to do the forecasting and also to kind of keep people posted as to what is happening locally, statewide, US-wide, and around the globe. So Kyle, stay safe, please. And please join in again next week, Kyle, when we do the next weekly update.
I will.
All right. Take care, Kyle.
You too.
So, you know, that said, you know, one of the things that I certainly want to constantly remind people of is, you know, the physical distancing. It is really important that everybody do the best they can to maintain at least a 6-foot distance separation physically from others when you're out and about. I know that a lot of our stores are adhering to the governor's directive in terms of limiting the numbers of people in our shopping spaces, whether it's the grocery stores or a department store, Kroger, and things of that nature. I was at farmers market by myself with face mask on, and even had a glove on one hand as I was going around. And I noticed that they have further separated themselves out when it comes to distancing between the vendors' booths to create more space. They also had a limit on the number that could come in. They have had, at least last weekend, and I imagine they're going to continue to do this, they had one point of entry in to the farmers market area, and it was on the mall side, not the East State Street side, but it was on the mall side of the market itself. And it was kind of in the center of the cordoned area for farmers market. And it also had, I believe it was 260 maximum that were in there. When I was there, it looked to be maybe 35, 40 people that were there. So there was a fair amount of separation, which was great. Actually, a lot of separation, which was great. And everyone was doing their best to social distance when they were walking from booth to booth. So please continue to do that. That's important for keeping the curve down as low as it has been. The numbers for Athens County are still holding at 3 positive cases and 1 fatality from COVID-19. That has not changed since March 29th, which is good that we've been able to keep things at that level for as long as we have. They are doing testing. I know that Oblenis Hospital, Ohio Health System, they are doing a lot of testing here in the city of Athens. And I believe that there's a good plan in preparedness for a surge if the surge does come. The things that we're all hearing is that you're seeing things kind of plateauing in the major cities and different areas in the state, but then there could possibly be an increase in the numbers in Southeast Ohio because we are more rural, certainly different challenges that are seen than that are seen in the larger cities. So please keep that in mind. And stay at home, stay home as much as you can. I will certainly encourage people, over the course of, from next week on through the end of the first week or going into the second week in May, even exercising further, staying at home and not venturing out only if it's absolutely necessary. And when you're going somewhere, go to the store or wherever it is you're going, get what you need, and then come back again to your place of residence. That's not to say that you can't go out and get some fresh air or go for walks or things of that nature. But as the off-campus student housing areas will see move out occurring in the very beginning of May, and then you'll see also those who are moving in to the units after the landlords clean up the units, and then people will be moving back in. So we will be seeing a number of people coming in to collect their stuff, their belongings from their apartments as they move out. And then we will be seeing some who are moving into the rental units during that period of time. So I just encourage people to certainly think about making sure that you have a lot of the necessities that you may need for a week or two, and to certainly try to reduce or minimize your travel back and forth as much as you can during that time period. Not a whole lot to talk about in terms of things happening around the city, because there aren't a lot of things happening around the city. What I can tell you is that at 5:30 today, the Commission on Disabilities will be holding a virtual meeting. And as I understand it, if you go to Commission on Disabilities Facebook page, it will give you instructions to where you can actually jump into that meeting if you want to make comment about things related to disabilities, disability awareness, ADA issues, things of that nature throughout the city. So keep that in mind. Arts, Parks, and Recreation will be meeting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. There will be more information coming out on that particular meeting. It is not clear as to how they are going to make sure that they are receiving input from the public at that meeting. But I'm sure that you can go to the city's website and under the Arts, Parks, and Recreation tab, or maybe on the ticker tape portion of the website, there'll be more information hopefully coming out about that. The Planning Commission, which typically meets, would be meeting tomorrow, that has been canceled. There will not be a Planning Commission meeting for the city of Athens. And the final thing I want to mention is that City Council on Monday night kind of went full virtual. And I believe things went pretty smoothly. We did have one little issue with Council Member Kotsis, unfortunately dropping off, but then he came back on again. So not a lot happened between when he went off and when he came back on, but he was successful in getting back into the meeting again. And City Council and the government channel are always looking for ways to enhance citizen interaction with the council meetings, because it's truly important as the city government operates and holds the public meetings for the public to be able to as thoroughly as possible engage in the times of COVID-19. That's really kind of all I have for today. And I'm hopeful that everyone is staying healthy, that everyone is practicing all the necessary precautions so that we can keep our number at 3 for as long as we possibly can here in the city of Athens. Always feel free to email me at my email address, which is ci.athens.oh.us. At ci.athens.oh.us. Again, it's SPATTERSON at ci.athens.oh.us. So thanks for joining in, and hopefully you'll join in again next week for the next installment of the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. Take care.